Welcome to Morning Delight. Let's greet our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chunjian Champumanamge Kyungbe. Paro. And for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇족권을 완성할 것을 맹세합니다. 4. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님의 대신 가정으로서 하늘을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 자녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 자녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for our opening prayer, can I please invite the Latino community? If you could please unmute with us.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't know your name. It just
Good
says
morning. This is Mónica Vallejo.
Oh, Tia Monica, welcome. Thank you.
Okay, please join me in prayer. Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Good morning, Heavenly Mother. Good morning, parents. Good morning, all creation. Good morning to all blessed central families, because we all are one here and now. Saying good morning is the first thing that we think when we open our eyes every morning, willing to do our best every morning to just join this beautiful journey, building your kingdom, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Parent. I just want to say thank you, because I'm so grateful to be around these people, these wonderful people, these people that is with the same core, with the same tune, with making ourselves this 0 point that make possibility to connect with our Heavenly Parent, and then the vertical way and just connect with our true parents and And every single of us, every single one, is making the best effort with all the gifts, all the abilities, all the skills that come from the creation, from our best thing to do, that is becoming good children, good siblings, good husband and wife, good parents. That's our role in life. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to offer this morning, Heavenly Parent. So just let us, and then be our best, love the people as you love them, see the people as you see them, Heavenly Parent. So the way that's just we be happy and share the happiness with each other, and step by step see your kingdom, and with this love, with this all commitment that we have, even though it's still long way to go, but we are here. That's what it counts, here and now. So please receive the blessings, receive the prayers, all the best wishes that we have for you, Heavenly Parent, and please receive the prayer that this daughter of yours has here right now. 축복전 신가정이세. 이름으로 기도드렸습니다. 아주.
Hajia. Thank you so much, Tia Monica. All right, brothers and sisters, let's take a few moments to share our appreciations. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a great sharing. I did. I'd like to call on Reverend Sebastian to share with us.
Well, thank you, Kathleen. And we had a good laugh. And admiring Monica, the Latino community member and leader of Vallejo, I believe it's called Vallejo. Is that correct? Yeah, yeah. And her daughter Isabella with a Y. And so, and Kathleen told me that she's a real giver. She always brings food, supports the Manhattan Family Church and the Latino community. And a daughter who was born when she was in the 40s sings in the choir, or maybe Monica sings in the choir. Is that right? Is it Monica or the daughter? No.
Both.
Both. Yeah. So anyway, it's just an amazing, wonderful sister. I wish she could show herself also. That's okay though. Two parents picture is just fine. And I also, we were talking about the summer solstice, and I had to think about Vera's chicken. I didn't mention that Vera has chicken in her, like her husband takes care of that, but they're unhappy because they have to stay up all day, and the longest day of the year, and they get very little sleep. So anyway, we're talking about that, and then I'm just very grateful also to be part of this community and this family. And you know, Dr. Reverend Desmond Green calls Kathleen Dr. Seidel, and that's been her air around her. So I agreed and said she has the air of a doctor and the air of Heavenly Mother around her. So I'm really grateful for this morning time, and it's great to see Anna Marie joining us. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Reverend Sebastian. Okay, now it's our special time for Godible with True Mother's Autobiography. Welcome, Pastor Milhan Stevens.
Thank you, Dr. Seidel. Sebastian, yeah, all true things, all true things. Okay, let's enjoy our Godible reading for today.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Allison Hiroto. Give us this day. When Jesus' disciples asked him to teach them how to pray, his answer was clear. Give us this day our daily bread. 2,000 years have passed since Jesus taught us that prayer. However, there are still so many people, more than we imagine, who do not have daily bread. Africa is the birthplace of human civilization, yet some African people live in circumstances so poor that their primary goal is having enough to eat. This fundamental human need is often not met, and the opportunity for basic education is also limited. Many face this situation. Each time I visit Africa, I seek solutions to these issues, which I take very personally. When the Sunhook Peace Prize Committee announced its 2019 theme, Human Rights and Human Development in Africa, I was delighted because it addressed the task I have always set for myself. Akinwumi Ayodeji Adesina, president of the African Development Bank, AFDB, and Waris Deary, a human rights activist, our 2019 laureates, are examples of what I have always thought of as righteous people of action. Dr. Adesina was born to a poor farming family in Nigeria. From a young age, he researched methods to modernize farming and nurtured the dream of making Africa a land of abundance. After earning his PhD in agricultural economics from Purdue University in the United States, he returned to Africa and for the last 30 years has worked on agricultural innovation, helping millions of people overcome the problem of hunger. In February 2019, During his visit to Korea to receive the Sunhok Peace Prize, Dr. Adeshina said that there was still much for him to do to make the world a better place. "Nothing is more important," he said, "than eliminating hunger and malnutrition. Hunger is an indictment on the human race. Any economy that claims growth without feeding its people is a failed economy. Nobody has to go hungry, white, black, pink, orange, or any color you can think of. That's why I am fully dedicating the whole of the $500,000 award of the Sunhok Peace Prize to my foundation, the World Hunger Fighters Foundation." Dr. Adeshina's dream of peace is to discover the actual means to bring it about. I encouraged him never to give up his noble work. The other Sunhok Peace Prize laureate for 2019 was Ms. Waris Deary, an African woman of remarkable willpower who has overcome many virtually insurmountable obstacles. Ms. Deary was born into a Somali nomad family. While her childhood was fraught with civil war, hunger, and oppression, she had big dreams and challenged herself and her circumstances. Eventually, she became a celebrated supermodel. In 1997, she revealed her own experience of genital mutilation, FGM, and her life changed. On behalf of millions of African women, she took up the cause of eliminating the practice of FGM. The United Nations appointed her Special Ambassador for the Elimination of Female Genital Mutilation. She supported the Maputo Protocol, which prohibited FGM and was ratified by 15 African countries. Also, in 2012, she played a significant role in introducing a UN resolution prohibiting FGM, which gained unanimous approval by the General Assembly. Ms. Deary did not stop there. She founded the Desert Flower Foundation, which mobilizes doctors in France, Germany, Sweden, and the Netherlands to treat victims of FGM. In several locations in Africa, she runs educational institutes that help women stand on their own feet. Female genital mutilation is neither a religious nor an ethnic tradition. It is nothing other than a violent abuse of girls. This abuse of removing part of the external genitals of young girls is not only a means of oppressing women, but it is also life-threatening. Waris Deary has devoted her life to eradicating this heinous custom, and global organizations have responded to her efforts. One can only imagine how difficult a path she traveled. Waris Deary's goal has also been to help women in Africa and to see women empowered. In Africa, women are on the front lines in the battle for life as they strive to protect their families. They also play a central role in their nation's economy. We should therefore be deeply aware how this violence against young African girls injures them physically and often cripples them emotionally. The African peoples are tremendously good-natured. They love their families, respect their neighbors, and live in harmony with nature. Nonetheless, as it has everywhere in the world, Western modernization has brought Africa mixed blessings. Its prosperity comes at a cost of destroying family and tribal traditions. I believe that Heavenly Parents' love will strengthen indigenous African values that support interdependence and mutual prosperity, and will wipe away Africa's tears. The Sunhok Peace Prize is painting a beautiful picture of the new century by honoring men and women who represent the best we can be. It embraces all people as one human family. The prize is a stepping stone into a better future. It is a friend to righteous people who labor with a true heart. It is planting seeds of peace that will grow into beautiful trees of life and knowledge-bearing, nourishing fruit in this home we call Earth. In this chapter, I have presented to you, the reader, the scale of my life, from my grandmother's struggle for liberty among a colonized people, to the last days of my God-sent husband's glorious life, to my years of mourning, to the new global horizons that he and I are opening today. Now, I invite you to wend your way through this story as it unfolded, breathing its air with me, tasting the bitter and the sweet, finding the needles in the sandstorms, and discovering with me our Heavenly Parent's hand in every moment.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit motherofpeacebook.com to purchase the complete audiobook.
All right, thank you, God and your parents, for these words today. Wow, it's really moving how mother can see directly from God's point of view. And especially on the feminine side, one that has been kind of soft-spoken over the millennia, biblical history and recent history. So how precious this is. We're going to go through it now. I highlighted this first part, give us this day our daily bread. When I first highlighted that, I was thinking just more spiritually, how every day we together and we receive this word, and I consider this like breaking bread with all of you. I do believe the word is what nourishes us, gives us, refreshes us and feeds us spiritually every day. And it's hard to imagine not doing this. And for those of you who are new, this is my attitude is, why should we ever start morning devotion? Because it's so much. And we are owners of Channel Cook after all. So that's what I thought, highlighted that. But then right after, I'm reminded that Mother's talking about physical bread. She's talking about actual food. And I'm reminded that Mother is a very physical person. That you can imagine how much Father emphasized spiritual, and of course that doesn't mean Mother is not spiritual, but she's also very physical and very concerned about the physical world where we happen to live, and is the birthplace of all humanity. So I feel Mother's love, that for her concern about our nutrition. In fact, I remember I was watching Jordan Peterson. He was saying how probably the most important issue on planet Earth is child nutrition, because all of these children, these precious children, if they just ate well, and hopefully have good parents, then they can solve all these problems in the world that are going to come up inevitably in the future. So I kind of agree with that. I highlighted this part where she says, which I take very personally. And, this is, I believe, Mother's heart, and any mother's heart, is that when you travel the world and you see poverty, it does something to you. And a lot of people wouldn't even want to travel, because then they would feel attached or feel compelled to sacrifice their own wealth to help those in need. But Mother doesn't have that luxury to be separate from that. She's very well, she understands well the problems in the world. And so every day she's pressured to do something and can't waste even a minute to not address it. So I just felt that love here. Now, she went into some detail about, Dr. Adesina and Miss Waris Diary. Really remarkable people. They have, and they can, having, what I'm really impressed is with Waris Diary, and how she was honest about her own and this my God, I'm going to use the acronym here, the FGM, that she had her own FGM experience and was able to share that. I think for me, that's the most courageous thing, is to, because you want to put up a front, I'm you do all these amazing things, and you don't really want people to see you for the that sort of difficult, challenging, or this wrongdoing, that violence that was against her. But here she is, standing strong, and was able to achieve so much despite that, but now is able to go back to that original issue that gave her so much strife in her life, and help other women, other girls, prevent that from happening to them. Down here, really empowering, truly empowering women. And again, this is the theme that I see, is those who experience a lot of pain, they see a lot of abuse and civil conflict, or interstate conflict. They carry a lot of pain in their heart, but they can't solve the problem by themselves. So what you have to do is go outside and make a difference outside. And then once you've gained a foundation, then you can return back to your home country, or to the real issue that's been on your heart. I mean, this is the Jacob's course, the formula course that Mother's trying to teach us through the life of Mrs. Waris Diary. And I want to connect this also to True Mother's story, to True Father's story. For Korea, this war, this Korean War, and this the fact that North and South Korea still are not united, there's still so much pain there. Yet they knew that they could not solve the problem just by addressing it in Korea. Of course, that's a large part of it, but they had to go outside, and they had to help the whole world, which was also in trouble. And then on that foundation, they can bring it back to Korea and unite the nation. So I just see this Mother choosing such amazing laureates for the Sunhak Peace Prize, and to truly empower. I mean, this is Mother's theme, these unsung heroes, these that truly empower, not make it about me, how charismatic I am, but to make it about those who God can really trust to make a change. And finally, we have just a reflection on the Sunhak Peace Prize itself. We often, true parents have had access to so much money that they're often judged and criticized for that. And so, I mean, if you're the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, people are going to watch your every single move. And true parents have never used the money for themselves. We talked about that a few days ago, where Mother's not wearing fancy dresses, or living a comfortable life, always traveling, always speaking, and they can for us. But the Sunhak Peace Prize is really it's a nice thing. Really, it's to help the world, educate the world on true peace, and selecting these laureates and highlighting their principled lifestyle and their principled choices. I feel like that's the way forward. And I always try to use the Sunhak Peace Prize as my example for the work that I do. I may not have $500,000. I do have my time and my my connections, and I want to help those who are doing the good work. So like I think about Apostle Ramos in Harlem. She's a community pastor, you know, doing teaching on the streets and really building community there in Harlem. And she's definitely what I would consider an unsung hero. And so I'm like the only person who's really supporting her right now. And you know, you might think, oh, why don't I develop my own programs and my own brands and all this sort of thing for family friends? Yeah, okay. Well, here's my brand. Support those who are doing the actual work. Learn from them. So they're prepared people doing the actual work out there, and God is working. You think God's just working in Unification Church? You should be, you're crazy. You know, God is absolutely working all over the world. And the purpose of tribe messiahship is that we go out, find them, and give them the blessing. That's it. You know, we're not supposed to save the world. We can barely save ourselves. So there's a lot of great people out there doing it, but they need the blessing. They need true parents' education. That's what will help them affirm the values that they've held on to, but maybe no one else was taught. But the kind of people we should be meeting are those when we teach the divine principle, like, yeah, that's it. Like that's I've always believed that, but no one ever said it. Yeah, that's us. That's what we have. That's what us blessed families have. And this last part here, discovering within with me our heavenly parents' hand in every moment. I love this line because, you know, we're working so hard, yet God is right there. God is right here on this call. You know, you look at the trees and the all these plants. I mean, you know, and these landscapes and the sky. For me, that's God telling me how much He loves me, how much she loves me, how everything was just for me. God is absolutely everywhere. And I hope that, you know, through these 100K readings, we can see that in these words, you know, these yellow highlights for me is gold. You cannot, no money could purchase the value of the gold that is in these words from our true parents. And, you know, even me, I feel it's like pearls before swine. I can't truly appreciate the sacrifice that was made so that we can enjoy these precious words. So yes, Mother, we will walk with you, breathe air with you, taste bitter and sweet with you, find the needles in the sandstorm with you, and discovering with me our heavenly parents' hand in every moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. All right, family, let's take a few moments to share our reflections. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Can I ask York Heller? York Heller, could you please share with us your reflections?
The television that we watched about Koreans, girls and boys escaping from the north and the trouble that they went through to actually eventually reach their goal to become citizens of South Korea. They sacrificed so much and they abused so much just for the freedom that they're looking for. And it's just an amazing situation. So I wonder what we can do. I mean, I don't think we can do anything unless we are connecting with true parents and they're adding to their foundation to unite North and South Korea. That's their goal, and that's our goal ever since the Korea was divided. So it's a never-ending story so far, but eventually it will happen. Hopefully by 2025. So that was the main point that we talked about. But it's amazing what True Mother is doing. Also, for the first time, understand where Sanhak comes from. San Myung-woo and Hak Jahan and Price. I never thought about that before. So that's my takeaway for today.
Thank you, York. Thanks very much. All right, family. Now it's time for our 7 minutes unison prayer. So let's begin. Shija, most beloved Heavenly Parent.
Morning, Heavenly Parent. Good
Again,
morning, true
thank
parents.
you, Heavenly Father
Heavenly
and
Parent
Mother.
and true parents, we're so
You
grateful.
are
gather
the
here.
ultimate reality. You're the
Heavenly
spirit
Parent
that's
and true parents, help us
behind all these
love
amazing
each other, help us
stories and behind our true
Lord,
Father and true Mother.
Time and history has
The embodiment.
love.
It's
Heavenly Parent and true parents,
embodying and incarnating through our true Father and Mother. As you have done that through His Son Jesus, because it's the goal. Couldn't manifest physically, Holy Spirit, female aspect.
we have a life
For
living on the earth.
it's reading for true mothers.
So this we express
And she
gratitude to you
moves
because
in the
you
way
are
she
the giver of life.
has been living for
You are the giver of love.
true parents.
The author of
Because
everything
without
equal
depth,
and
without that root,
righteous and true.
have a way to
So
wife and family,
be
bless them, help them.
those
when you look
branches,
at the
those
world around
leaves,
us,
and those fruits, Father.
we realize that
She's
it's so
just satanic.
difficult for humankind
Trees. Now we have godly
to
nutrients
mend the
coming
world
directly
away.
to us. We have been engrafted,
Have not been able
and
to
we are showing fruits
put a turnaround in their lives
into our own roots
that will enable them
way
to live for the sake of others.
retroactively
It's
branches through
very,
the paradigm
very
into
important
changing our
now. We
roots.
seem to go on and
It's a
on
difficult task, Father,
in the
to do.
development
The first generation.
of the
Really
physical
well, thank you for the second
external
generation
world,
who are drawing directly
blood.
from not
era of technology,
fallen roots,
further harm,
mixture,
still
carrying
killing one another,
the fruit, actually, the
Pray
fruits of
that
our
still
you can
spamming the
branches.
world.
at this time.
Parents, well,
Where
thank you.
Help us.
Having Milhans
Pray
and all the second
senseless war.
Father who are
responding to
looking down deep into
wars
the
more than
original
even
mind.
providing
Heavenly Parent
food
and
that are hungry, the basic element of life.
Drawing, Father, on the
that them down to
I
low.
pray, God,
original
that we whom
sustenance,
you have
Father,
called
from the origin of the universe.
who
Pray
has chosen
That's
us
from the
from
true
the
mother,
light.
who represents
people
the
in
origin of the universe,
creation.
is
Let
the
them
search for the origin of the universe. The absolute sex
by the
Around in
represents
our
where
lives
the
and the desire to
original Holy of
the
Holies,
very beginning of life.
masculine and feminine side, come together
them
I pray, oh God, that you will lead us
to
to
life,
apply
new
those
children,
truths
Father, children that belong to you
to the world
completely.
who are
Great for the second and third generations.
prepared to
Thank you, Father,
take
for
responsibility
our
for the
brothers and
transformation
brother and
of
sister
themselves
who
and of the
have
world.
helped people.
spiritual
Oh,
children.
we want
See a
to
world
diffuse
where
their own
Pray for
Make
the
environment.
outcome
things do not try to
various needs
undermine
of
the
the
other one.
children.
Suarez Deria, Miss Suarez Deria,
That
sitting
era
up, Father,
has
and
come to an end.
showing her
Salvation
wound, Father, showing
ends
the
all.
scar,
Pray
showing
that
the bloody
the
crime
21st
that has been
century
committed on her
clergy
You saw what
century
happened to
parent,
George
even
Farley
though
when
it's
he
only even difficult to pronounce
a
that.
man like J. Edgar
I'm
Hoover
grateful, Father, for Milhan's
who
sensitivity.
tried to destroy
Was
the
aware, Father, of his
by
own
the head of
daughters,
state of the world
his
countries
daughters,
of
Father,
Cairo,
listening maybe
Egypt,
to
citizens
I'm saying it's very
the success of the black man.
this
and
will
parents
and
as he was declaring that on appreciating that. I want to thank you also for his understanding of finding, Father, for the people actually doing things behind the scenes,
Destroy
really
good
help and
men
serve
like they
people.
Thank you so
Our
much
Father, to continue to find those people like
God
Doris and Dan, Annie,
divine
helping with Kenya Drive, Father,
fire those
as well as, Father, the various
we want
ministers that live
to
in our church area,
all
Father.
about this
And we find them, Father, anywhere,
that we have been for
connected
many,
to our
many
whole church
years.
system. We can have a
Hear
clear
our
handle
prayers.
on them, Father.
Unless you want us to
I
grow
want to thank you for this
Open our
insight
hearts
by
and minds
Milhan
into a world of wisdom that
and those brothers and sisters
whatever we do
formative
ahead and Father, and their
whatever we
ability to serve,
can
whatever we
restoring
the
plan
minds and
courage like
hearts of
ministers
men.
do. Father, the incredible
We want to become the embodiment of the
in the
word,
word
principle,
also. So important that we
principle
really
that makes us
recognize
to live for the sake of others,
of the only begotten Son, Jesus,
principle that compels us
a true
to
Father who has taken that
whatever obstacles
baton,
that we walk
look upon the
inherited
well-being
that
of our fellow
begotten
men.
role, pass it on, Father, to us,
button down,
So
to our true
today,
mother, the only begotten daughter.
maybe
pray
narrow.
that we
Holy
can be with
Father,
each
we
one of
want to
us
thank
as a
you. I pray for each one of my second gen
let this be a
siblings,
day of
Father, and
God
brothers
that
and sisters, and especially cousins and nieces and
you can
nephews, Father,
celebrate, that we can
Specifically
the
for
nieces
celebrate,
and nephews of our families, like
that we have
Jessa
found
and
a solution to the
Father,
problems
Petey,
of the world.
who is going the path, Father, the original path,
We want to invest
many things to do to serve people
more
around the
time in
world.
understanding the world,
Say that whatever
understanding,
has befallen them and has
the
diverted them,
understanding of
hurted
the
them,
word and how to
be
make
shaken off and cleansed off, and they come to their own
a
realization.
reality in our own
Members of the
lives.
family, Father, first of all, children. One of you, Heavenly Father,
Parents,
Mother, children of our
every
true
day we
parents,
come here praying
my
to
children, Father. First of all, we have children, like
to
Jesus said.
understand
Children come to
what is
me.
the meaning of our
That when
prayers.
you're like a child and you can go into the kingdom of heaven.
Pray with
I want to be that
prayers
child, Father. I
answered.
want to continue to be that and a sibling. Support my sisters, my brothers,
Time is
Father,
taking
Anna
so
Marie,
long
Father, Vera, Father,
for us to achieve
Colleen,
the world of peace.
all the amazing sisters, Michelle, Father, who is her husband in the spirit world.
Thank
Hey,
you
Father, we can
for
support, especially our
this day.
sisters. They are
Pray for
carrying a
Alfonso
second church
Tapia,
bird. My only sisters, Annette, Cordeland,
for Dancing to
Antonia,
You,
Father. Our
King of Power and
sisters,
Heavenly
Gwen,
Power.
Leslie, Allison, and Megan, Father.
Honey
We
Sullivan,
support them as they're carrying a double burden,
I
Father.
understand.
Let the doors open.
Tyler, who is
Support
joining us for the first
true
time this
mother,
morning, we
especially
welcome her.
her lonely course, Father, that she has to walk, restoring everything
For Yumiko,
Eve did not realize. Not
King Gomez,
Thank you, everyone, for your prayers. Do we have any announcements today? Please, you can check out the chat. We have a few announcements in the chat. One is for everyone to send your prayer requests and we'll make a donation. And the Zoom etiquette document, it's very interesting to read.
Sister Kathleen.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Sister Kathleen, excuse
Yes,
me.
I wanted to tell
What?
you that Pastor Milhan and Joshua are working on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And Jean's asking about the transportation to Belvedere Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah, you're on the list. So we're yeah, you're gonna have a seat. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor Milan. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much.
And if anybody else, is concerned about that, please contact Pastor Milhan or Reverend Joshua.
Reverend Josh, yeah.
They're working out the details now.
Yeah, so William is back, by the way, from his journey, so he's gonna help drive people up. That's a big help. And Uncle Eduardo, who lives near JFK, yeah, he's gonna volunteer his car too. Reverend Edner is taking some people up, and I'll be taking some people up. So, we should be covered, it seems.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I hope you had a good experience today. Hope you have a great day. God bless you. Bye.
Thank you. Have a
Bless
great
you.
Bye.
Thank you.